joining us.
Is it appearing? Hold on.
Hearing. I see it.
No, I meant on the stream. Ah, of course, because it's going to that. Let's just change that. There we go. I think it looks a bit smaller than it does. Let me just quickly check my phone and check the stream.
Does anyone join us?
Cammy isn't available from what I've been informed.
Cammy is currently in Red Deer with Nick.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, cause Nick was like, Cammy went down to go see Nick, and then Nick was like, hey, Cammy, good thing you're coming down, cause, my mom's coming, and we all know Stacy Carson is fucking crazy, so...
Are you sure we'd like to say that on stream? Just saying.
Yeah. Not like...
Okay.
Alright, I'm just gonna quit Genshin Impact here. There we go. Alright. I am ready!
I do not remember where we left off.
Okay, I think I fixed the stream. I think we're fine. I think.
And we'll find out.
Maybe, possibly.
By the way, I am sitting here in my rainbow sweater.
Nice.
It's cozy.
Oh no, Discord! The hell? Hi, sorry, Discord did not like that.
Oof.
Discord did not like.
Did not. No me gusta.
No me gusta Discord.
Okay, so, hi, welcome back. It's been like a good month, at least since we or no, it's not been a month. It's been, I guess it's kind of a month, I guess, because technically, yeah, more or less, it's been about a month since we last did Great Ace Attorney.
Left a couple days kind of doesn't matter.
Yeah, I guess. The hell? The Adventure of the Unspeakable Story.
It's coming! Sholmes's cry pierced through the thick wall of fog around us. Wisps of vapor flowed over the pistol as I cocked it, and I waited, breathlessly, in the stillness.
Dun,
The
dun, dun.
silence lasted for what seemed an eternity.
You know what's
until,
funny is,
at last,
Cammy came over yesterday, and I showed
from the
Cammy
shadows of the
Moriarty the Patriot, which is a Sherlock Holmes anime,
Mm-hmm.
and now, like,
but not such a hound
like
as
this
any mortal
Sherlock
has ever
and
seen.
anime Sherlock are
Its eyes
not
glowed
that
with a
different,
smoldering
and
glare.
it
The
makes
whole
me
of its
laugh
outside
so
body was
fucking
outlined in
hard.
white-hot flames. Its rumbling pant and hideous howl so terrifying.
Like, Moriarty Sherlock is very...
Look well, Wilson, Sholmes declared.
He's also
upon
a...
the mystical beast.
He's interesting.
For this is the diabolical hound of the Baskervilles.
References.
References.
Oh my god. Our first 2 months in London passed by in a flash.
Landon?
I'm sorry, what?
Landon?
Landon, our
We're not
first 2 months in
landing.
London. We're landing.
We're
Our first 2
landing.
months. Our first 2 months in London, I passed by in a flash.
Oh my god.
No, I'm not gonna do that. So yeah. Well, ironically, apparently 2 months have passed in game. In real life, it's only been about 3 weeks, so technically a month, I guess, since we last touched
Almost
this.
a month. Not quite.
Yeah.
Almost.
Um.
Close.
Yeah, close enough.
Close enough.
Yeah. And that disconcerting courtroom experience we were first thrown into on the day that we arrived in the country, and then Sasuke-san's terrible ordeal that had followed closely behind, we had emerged victorious. However, there then came an abrupt end to our opportunities to appear in court. Which is hardly surprising, of course, since I was nothing more than an amateur, an unknown student of law in a faraway land. So life in our little office was quiet. Well, I mean, look at this guy, Ryunosuke. At least you're not stuck in a school or on a private island. So let's put it that way. That is, until it was shattered one day by that fateful telegram.
Gasp.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, I have to ask Cameron. Did you go any further than what we finished?
No, because I took a break from Ace Attorney and I've been playing Guardians of the Galaxy instead, and that's been taking up.
Okay, cool. So me and you are both on the same page. So except
We're
Kyle.
So you're both blind.
Together.
So you're both blind.
Yeah,
Yes,
we're
we're
both
both blind.
we're still going blind.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Ah! No, that's wrong. Oh shit! I had that same dream again. Damn it! I keep having these weird dreams of where I'm in a mysterious courtroom and then I have to shout "No, that's wrong" every time to someone while shooting a gun at them.
Oh my god, so before we continue, I have to tell you, so a friend of mine is a cosplayer as well, and we get a lot of comments that we look a lot alike. Like we look like almost like twins, even though like we're not related in any way, shape, or form.
Mm-hmm.
And so she put out this thing and she's like, "Oh yeah, send me like an emoji and like I'll tell you who I'll cosplay with you." So I sent her an emoji and she put us as fucking Earth and Dahlia and I'm wheezing. She also put Clavier and his like older brother and stuff. And I'm like,
Kristoff.
Oh!
Oh!
Nice.
I'm like, oh my god, we should, because people tell us we look like twins, and I'm like, oh my god.
Honestly,
This is
I
so hilarious,
swear.
And we need to.
You know what? I swear, if you do actually look really close, I would say that you could probably pull off the Kristoff and the Clavier Gavin look.
Well, that's
Okay.
kind of like, like we actually do look alike. So, I've gotten comments on my post saying like, "Oh, I thought you were so and so," until I looked at the username and I was like, "Huh, weird." So now we make twin jokes. So
Nice.
that just made me think of that because we're playing Ace Attorney again, and I was like, "Oh my god, we literally had this conversation yesterday." Like, anyway, that was my fun story of the day.
Okay, Kyle, remind me, you have to keep me in check and make sure that I'm not I'm actually playing this like an Ace Attorney game and not a Danganronpa game, because my brain is still in Danganronpa mode. A bit.
Okay.
So I have the sudden urge to befriend other people when I know that in very fact this is a linear story, that I can't do that. I guess to an extent.
Oh yeah, how is Danganronpa 2 going?
I finished the first chapter.
Mm-hmm.
Found out who the killer was, who done it.
Done it. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Which, speaking of which, if anyone watching is interested, if they want me to do more Danganronpa, I am all for it, and I will I will gladly stream if the demand is there. I still don't want to deviate away from Great Ace Attorney because it's already the new year, and I still haven't finished the first game, which I feel kind of sad about. But anyway, that's besides the point.
It happens.
That morning, I was woken by the unreserved knocking on the door by the telegram boy. But after he'd gone, Susato-san's behavior became very obviously strange. Susato-san?
Is it time to leave for court already? Let me see. What case is it today?
I don't think I'm scheduled to defend anyone at the moment, am I?
Oh! No, of course not. How silly of me.
But I think Iris said she would make us breakfast this morning. Shall we go downstairs into Mr. Shlom's suite?
Yes. Iris makes the most delicious breakfast food.
Are you okay, Susato-san? Can you English? I know it's been a month, but I swear.
I said I can English food.
She does, doesn't she?
And once our bellies are full, we can leave for court and fight for the form. Let me see. What case is it today?
Here we go again. So, what was it? What was it about? The telegram that was delivered this morning, I mean.
Oh, a telegram? I don't know what you're talking about.
Sorry, but you're not gonna get away with that.
Well, I didn't think I would. Actually, don't give it a moment's thought. It's nothing interesting. Boring, in fact. It's just a boring old telegram.
That's 3 times now she's tried and failed to convince me there was nothing.
I promise that I'll tell you about it at some point.
Alright, I understand. I suppose Sasuke-san would have arrived in Japan by now, won't he?
Yeah, I should think so. He left immediately after that terrible ordeal. Which would mean he should have completed the voyage already. Could be just a few days away.
A fortnight ago, we had that very long telegram from him. Do you remember? Complaining of seasickness? But by and large, it seems the voyage has been going well.
Something wrong? Naruhodo-san?
I was just wondering, what might have become of Sasuke-san had he stayed in London, that's all.
You mean as regard towards Van Zeeks? The Reaper?
Yes. I can't help wondering if seasickness would have paled into insignificance in that case. What is it they say? That no one who stands in the dock can be saved from the Reaper, right? Like the way that nightmarish trial ended on the very day we arrived in London?
Even 2 months on, the cause of that dreadful fire is still a mystery.
Yes, but at least Sasuke-san is safely out of the country. Now, presumably that means...
If the curse of the Reaper can only take effect within the confines of the city of London, perhaps?
Even if that's the case, it's little comfort. I have a terrible sense of foreboding.
The legend of the Reaper is to be believed. When he wields the sword of justice himself.
Come to think of it, I wonder what he's been up to these past 2 months. Surely not wielding that sword against the more acquitted defendants.
No, I don't think so. Apparently, Lord Van Zeeks hasn't appeared in court once since our last encounter.
Oh?
Yes, since Sasuke-san's trial, he's withdrawn from judicial service again, it seems.
Really? Just like before, when he wasn't seen at court at all for several years. So it's just been me who's had to face him in this recent spat of trials then. Just my luck.
If luck doesn't come into it.
Sorry? What was that?
Oh, nothing. Never mind. Morning, Bruno. Morning, Susie. Is that true?
I don't know what's going on! Let's just keep...
Sherlock? In the background with the violin.
Iris?
What's it now?
What is that terrible noise? It sounds like a cat being strangled.
Oh no! Ah, yes. You noticed that, did you? Sherlock, no! He isn't in the best forms, it seems.
Oh, right.
Is he okay?
Oh no, what happened?
Hooray, the horrible accident. I have to do
Okay.
that. Hello.
Mr. Shops?
Good morning.
A good morning to die, perhaps.
Has something happened, Mr. Schloss? You look miserable, and the way you were playing the violin before.
My analytical mind is dead. Music is dead. The world is dead.
Oh!
He's depressed.
Damn this blanched existence. That's all it is, my dear fellow. Nothing of consequence.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
Well, Iris, this is the time we ate. Some dry toast and insipid coffee for me. If it's not too much trouble.
Oh, it's a kitty!
He's
Oh.
so cute.
Oh, look, a Swagahai. Oh my god, it has a name! Oh my god!
Morning, boy.
It meows! That must be some sort of tiny door for cats to use. But how did
That's so
they get here
cute.
there?
That's it. Stream's over, and we're just gonna stare at a cat for an hour.
Well then, everyone, time for breakfast. Oh, wonderful. Let me help you, Iris.
It would indeed be a fine day to die.
No,
Ah,
My
I knew
mental
something looked
health.
different.
it's broken.
Something's missing from Mr. Shlom's desk. Hello, detective? I'd like to return my Detective Shloms. Oh, hi, what seems to be the problem with your Detective Shloms? It wants to die.
It's like I said. Oh no, his mental health. It's broken.
You seem to be very unhappy this morning, Mr. Shloms. What's happened?
It used to be the case that in my hands, this violin sung with the dawn chorus. Its melatonin tones would make flowers bloom.
Wait, what?
But now, the muses are unamused with me. The goddesses of music have thrown me over.
Mr. Jones?
For hours I have bowed, for days even. Through the night I have endeavored, to no avail. That sound in my tone is lost. That brilliant, clear, unwavering tone, gone forever. No more recitals of unbridled emotion.
Well, you haven't been practicing much lately, have you, Hurley?
I just realized he just posed like for a couple frames there.
Yes, you did.
I see he's taking after Sasuke-san. Don't worry, I'm sure I'll come back to you in time.
Heed my words, Mr. Naruhodo. The goddesses of the arts are fickle. One day they bestow genius on a man, the next they unmercifully withdraw it.
Oh dear.
Ah! Why is this happening to me? If they take the turn I have with the violin from me, what is left for pity's sake? What is left?
Oh, that's a new face. The angry Slumps face.
Deduction perhaps? Isn't that what you're known for?
Mr. Jones, I don't like to pry. Your desk looks rather empty today.
Ah, well done, Mr. Sato. Your observational skills do you credit.
Oh no, Mr. Jones, they pale into insignificance when compared to yours.
You'd struck. Oh.
You'd struggle not to notice, wouldn't you?
You mean Hurley's great, analytoscope? That's all at the Windy Banks now.
Sorry? It's at a windy bank?
No, Windy Banks, the pawnbrokery. Pawn? What?
You mean you've pawned that enormous machine of yours?
It has some considerable value, you see, quite undeservingly.
But isn't it a very important machine for your work? I do wish you had consulted us if your situation had become so desperate. I should have gladly passed what little income I have to you.
Dear madame, things are far from desperate.
But the pawnbroker has your wonderful machine. How can it be anything but desperate?
Making use of a pawnbroker is quite ordinary here in London, I assure you.
It is? It doesn't sound ordinary at all.
It would seem that neither of you fully understand how pawnbroking works.
Oh!
What's to understand exactly?
What do you mean when you said we didn't fully understand how pawnbrokering works?
To the people of the club, pawnbrokers are akin to banks.
Thanks.
On Mondays, merchants relinquish their finest jackets and trappings to their pawnbroker of choice. With the money they receive in return, they are able to trade happily through the week.
And then on Saturdays, they go to recover their things using the money they earned. I had no idea. This has been a fascinating lesson for us. Everyone does it, you see? especially people in inner London.
And should they have money to spare, they would purchase another fine jacket. Not to wear, obviously, but to pawn should the need arise.
Oh, how ingenious! So whenever we have something that's getting in the way, we leave it at Windybanks, you see.
The pawnbroker could be thought of as an extremely secure vault.
Who would have thought that even pawnbrokers are different here in Great Britain?
So you have to watch Hurley with it. Sometimes he pawns things he really shouldn't. Don't you, Hurley? He looks so ashamed of himself.
Oh no. What does it matter? The world is dead to me now.
Mr. Natsume's cat seems to have settled into his new home then.
Yes, they have become very attached to little Weggy.
It would appear his previous owners completely forgot him. Cats are unfeeling creatures. Their mews are empty as the hearts of the muses.
Ouch!
If Mr. Natsume had the intention of taking Waggy to Japan, I wonder why he kept him in the first place.
I expect you to have taken him if you could. But pets are strictly forbidden aboard steamships in our experience.
For good reason. Terrible things can happen if the rules of passage are not obeyed. Well, I don't mind, because Waggy is adorable.
Oh! Yes, he really is. Oh, yes, what about the door? I don't remember seeing that tiny thing on the main door in the main door before. Where did that come from?
You noticed. You are observant, Rudo. I use this. It's my latest invention.
What is that?
I call it the cat flapomat. Machine for making doors just for cats? That's right. To make a cat flap for a little furry friend like Waggy in seconds. And it can do it in any door at all, no matter what it's made of. It's powerful, you see.
Wouldn't it have just been quicker just to make the cat flap rather than making a machine to make the cat flap?
Maybe. Now I can make cats anywhere I like. Oh, I think it's wonderful. You guys made one for us. In the door of our office upstairs, Iris.
Surely knows how to come up with unconventional inventions, this girl.
We're gonna have breakfast?
Oh! What was that?
Wagahai?
What was that?
I like how in his mood every sound that pops out is just very depressing and slow coming out of Shlomes right now.
He's so sad. Oh no! Right, Chris. A violin. I think he thinks it's a toy.
No!
What's he doing to it?
There. Sir Sholm's precious violin.
Why should I care?
What?
I shouldn't be surprised.
God, he's so depressed.
If the cat is a more accomplished musician than I am,
Oh, get over yourself, man.
Mr. Sholmes really is in poor spirits, isn't he?
yeah, that's an understatement.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I'll put it back where it lives. Shall I, Hurley?
Out of the cat's reach if possible.
Maybe we should assess the damage.
He's so depressed.
I know, right? So this is the violin, isn't it?
It's a Stradivarius, one of the finest violins in the world, made by the renowned Italian luthier Antonio Stradivari.
Oh, I see. It doesn't look any...
It doesn't look like anything special to me.
I happened upon it covered in dust, languishing in a pawn shop down the nondescript back alley. But the broker had no idea of its value, so I was able to purchase it for a mere 55 shillings.
How honorable of you.
And until today, it has been my faithful companion in every great Paganini-inspired performance I have made. I ask you, is there a reason to live in a world devoid of music? To tolerate this blanched existence? No! There is none.
He is very distraught right now.
He's not having a good time.
Nope.
Mr. Sholmes?
What, dear madame, what? My thoughts are preoccupied with fancies of release from this dull routine.
Well, it's about the violin. It looks very different to normal, don't you think?
Hmm?
What do you mean, Mrs. Otto?
Susie's right.
Oh, come on! This isn't the time to be playing that music!
Yes. The tone of the wood is completely different. And that's not all. I'm sure there was no crack here before.
Wait, it's not even the right size, is it?
What's this?
Oh, hey! He broke from the spell.
I'm terribly sorry to have to tell you this, Mr. Sholmes, but the instrument isn't a violin at all.
Then what?
I believe it's an entirely different instrument called a viola.
What? What?
Is he okay? Mr. Sholmes, are you alright?
He's never okay.
He's
Let's
never
be
okay.
honest.
He's still depressed.
You're right.
I mean,
You are quite
fair.
right. This is my faithful Stradivarius. So what? Pray, is this piece of stringed flotsam?
Not your faithful performing partner, then?
Ah, I see. What must have happened?
You do, Iris?
This is just a simple mix-up.
It sounds like Iris might be able to...
To tell us exactly what's happened if we asked her.
What did you mean by mix-up, Iris?
Well, you see, this violin. Sorry, this viola, I mean. Was at Mini Banks until last week. At the pawnbrokers?
Not Mr. Shlom's beloved music partner. Oh, he's better now.
There was a proverb from the East with which you are no doubt familiar, my dear fellows. Always let a beloved child travel.
Indeed.
So you sent your beloved violin to the pawnbrokers in the hope that it would experience personal growth?
Last week, I pawned my great analytoscope in order to release my precious instrument.
Wait, so this guy's been pawning his stuff just to get he's using the freaking pawnbroker as a storage place.
I mean, they straight up said.
Actually, no, that kind of
Yeah.
checks out, actually. Yeah, no, that checks out. Never mind. No, I take that. I retract my statement.
But it would appear Mr. Winterback mistakenly furnished me with this tawdry fiddle instead. But my ears cannot be deceived by the hollow timbre of this piece of timber.
No, but your every sense was deceived by the fact that it just had strings.
Sure, fine state of affairs this is, and why I always say, Mr. Naruhodo, never trust a pawnbroker. They will try to fiddle you every time.
Earlier you told us that you could think of a pawnbroker as an extremely secure vault. He's perked up now.
Come, Mr. Naruhodo. Dilly-dallying will get you nowhere.
Sorry?
Crunching your toast with that vacant aspect. Pressing your coffee so obtusely. He is ready to throw hands over this.
Goddamn.
Are you not a little embarrassed by your own conduct, considering the urgency with which we are faced?
Can I just quickly say how much I love Herlock without his his deerstalker and his jacket on? He
It's
looks
kind
like a
of.
Biden.
I'm still trying to adjust to it. The fact that he doesn't have it on right now.
It looks really good, though.
I think it looks really good on him.
Yeah, it actually looks quite nice.
Like, his outfit design under his coat is really cool. It's like very steampunky, and I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we must visit Mr. Winterbake's brokery at once. That's right. Isn't it, Mr. Shaw?
Precisely, Mr. Sato. Without a moment's delay.
But I haven't finished my bacon and eggs.
My dear fellow, surely you do not still intend to crunch your bacon with an increasingly vacant aspect, to press your egg ever more obtusely.
Alright. Let's say no more. Let's go then.
Don't worry, Luno. I'd be happy to heat it up for you again later.
Oh, thank you, Iris.
As it happens, I'm rather curious to see what a British pawnbroker's looks like.
Let's go to... Okay, nope, never mind. Oh, I just noticed it's springtime now.
Yeah, it's no longer snowy.
Yay. So this is a British pawnbrokery.
Oh my! There are all sorts of tools and contraptions in here that I've never laid eyes on before.
Crap, now I actually want to go to a pawnbroker shop and just look at stuff.
Ah, Suzato-san, and that spark of wonder in your eyes, you can't wait to scour the shelf, can you?
I get the impression you enjoy places like this?
Oh yes, I don't know why, but seeing such a lot of things I don't understand is a real thrill for me.
My dear fellows, let's not forget why we are here.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes!
We are calling on matters of business, not pleasure.
Sir, you don't know where your fists go!
Mr. Shlumps means business too, judging from a spark of fury in his eyes.
It looks like he's punching Susato.
I think he knows very well what he wants to.
I'll take care of this. I need a voice for this. Mr. Shlum, sir, welcome back. I don't know how.
Did you hear that? Parades and welcome.
Well, yes, we are potential customers after all.
We are disgruntled customers, Mr. Naruhodo, and it's time to inform Mr. Winterbank of our ire. Come! The fight is afoot!
I don't like.
Kyle?
Kyle.
Naturally, you will recall this, which I retrieved from you some days ago.
Yes.
This second-rate fiddle is not my faithful instrument, Mr. Winterbank. The color of the wood is different. It has holes in it. It's not even the same size.
A wonderful summary of our observations, Mr. Shlums.
I'm so very sorry, sir. How utterly unforgivable of me. An inexcusable mistake for a pawnbroker. There's only one way to make amends. Ah!
Oh,
I shall have to take my own life.
what?
I don't think that will be necessary, do you?
If I might just say one thing before I pop off.
So that escalated quickly.
I love how he just ran to the counter, grabs gun, comes back. I'm going to do it.
That's surprisingly dark.
That surprisingly went south. That surprisingly went south really quickly.
And not quite the way you probably thought it would.
It went 0 to 100 really quick.
It was you, Mr. Shlums, who took it upon himself to remove the item the other day, I believe.
Sorry?
As I recall, I entered the storeroom to fetch a violin when I heard, here it is.
You did?
And when I turned to controvert you, you had just taken the viola and left, sir. However, there can be no doubt but the blame lies firmly at my own door for allowing you to leave. So I shall not grumble or gross any longer. May this guilt die with me!
No, stop, my dear fellow. The fault is mine.
Mr. Shlums, why are you on the floor?
And just took a complete tumble and just boop.
It would appear that the fight is over.
I do humbly apologize, Mr. Winterbank. Evidently, my questionable disposition precipitated this tragedy.
Well, you wouldn't be Mr. Herlock Shlums without that questionable disposition now, would you?
I do believe you may be right, sir.
It's either laugh or cry, I suppose. You are, it must be said, one of my more challenging customers. I need to remind you of the particular collection of items you've brought to my door in the past.
Oh, peculiar items?
In the extreme, ma'am. For example, the unpublished manuscript of an ominous work, the novels of Herlock Shlums or some such.
Why? A new fully fledged novel? And unpublished? A story I have yet to read, you mean?
Forgive me!
Wait! Before you die, you must tell me more!
Oh, tell me more, and then you can kill yourself. Great.
I
I
must
don't know
know
why,
more.
but I'm thinking of freaking, was it Devil May Cry 5 now, where Dante stabs himself with the sword?
I was it 5 that he stabbed himself? Or was
Yeah,
it?
it was 5. He stabs himself in the first, and he was just like, Dante, what are you doing? Kill yourself later, I'll help!
Oh, because he also got stabbed in Devil May Cry 4. Because Nero stabbed Dante with his own sword, and Dante just stands up, looks at it, and goes, huh, pulls it out of his chest, and Nero's like, the frick? What?
Dante's gotten stabbed a lot, honestly.
Oh, he has gotten stabbed a lot in this series.
Poor Dante. He just gets stabbed constantly. Anyway, I must know more. Tell me everything.
Wow.
So sounds really fired up now.
Is there really an published story under this very roof?
Well, one day the gentleman here bought an old metal chest, you see.
I should like to entrust this to your care for a while, Mr. Winterbank.
For a chest like that, 1 shilling, sir, not a farthing more.
It houses something of very great value indeed. It is a manuscript, recounting the adventures of one Mr. Erlock Sholmes.
Beg your pardon? A manuscript? You should deposit a manuscript?
Indeed I do, for I am confident it will be quite safe here.
And that was that. As such, Mr. Slum's latest tale of unworldly mystery lies dormant in my storeroom. Mr. Slums, is that really true?
Do I sense someone doesn't want to talk about this?
I continue to pay your fee, do I not? Then kindly continue to store my belongings securely.
Of course, sir. Well, of course, sir. They're safe and sound with me, I assure you, all my life.
This is all very strange.
I wonder, could I ask you something? Ah, a gentleman from the east, I see. Yes, a sable suit. I suppose I could offer you 6 pence for it. Without wishing to offend, the tone is somewhat, dull. Sorry. Aha! But for your splendid attire, ma'am, 5 guineas, no less. The colors are exquisite, the design exotic. What? Oh, okay. Eastern artistry at its finest, may I say?
Oh my, 5 guineas, you say? How interesting.
Why do I feel as though I've suffered some sort of defeat here?
Actually, I was hoping to ask you about your business. I've heard it said that pawnbrokers are used rather like banks here in London. Yes, sir, indeed. Many of our customers utilize the establishment as you describe. I price the items, offer them a proportionate loan and 2 months of secure storage. If in that time they repay the original sums to me plus the agreed interest, their items are happily returned.
What happens if they don't pay you the money?
Then the items are offered for sale in my shop, as you can see on the shelves behind me.
So you never sell items before the 2 months have passed then?
That's right, ma'am, that's right. Which means some considerable responsibility rests on my shoulders. Should a customer's precious belongings be lost, the only recompense for me is for me to end it all.
The very idea, Mr. Winterbank, is an absurdity. One should never talk of one's demise so casually.
Says the man who was telling us it was a good day to die only this morning.
And let us not forget that I have already helped you take measures to ensure such tragedy never occurs.
Oh, what sort of measures?
I engineered a simple device which Mr. Winterbank has installed here in his shop. I call it the Red-Handed Recorder. Is that not so, Mr. Winterbank?
What was that deep sigh about?
What on earth is a red-handed recorder?
Use your eyes, my dear fellow. There are two just below the ceiling.
I can see what appears to be a camera attached to some sort of timing device.
Very astute. It is indeed a camera, furnished with some 100 pieces of cellular. And every 30 minutes precisely, the camera automatically records the appearance of the shop.
Here I have an example I can show you.
Ah, yes. I went from the camera set to record the activity at the shop counter. I developed a special type of film so sensitive it produces a crystal clear image even in darkness.
Really? That's extraordinary.
Yes, you can clearly see the counter and the door behind it. Look.
So, you see, were someone to enter the premises with ill intent, his identity would be summarily exposed.
Did you not say that the photographic prints were taken at 30-minute intervals?
Indeed, as you say, my dear madame.
Then, what if the incident were to occur between times?
Well, so you say. But that would be a cruel twist of fate.
I must confess, your devices have been giving me some cause for distress of late.
I beg your pardon, Mr. Winterbank. Surely they are anything but distressing. Reassuring is the word.
It's the cost of the film, sir. You must most graciously place not one but two karamas in my shop after all. Which means I must pay for the nigh of 100 utterly useless prints for every single day. I'm afraid the cost of the film will break me before I'm very much older.
Nevertheless, a small price to pay to ensure the safety of my preferred pawn would agree, no? My dear fellows, we verge on an age where safety and security come as a price.
Oh, heaven help us. Now then, Mr. Sholmes, allow me to return your precious violin.
Ah, the very thing. Thank you, Mr. Winterbank.
Perhaps this might mark the end of the peculiar items you tried to pop, Because if anything were to happen to one of them, this would be the only answer! I really think you ought to stop waving your gun around. Someone could get hurt. Fear not! Sorry. I've only loaded a single bullet, so no one but myself could possibly be harmed. That's not really what I meant.
Good day to you then, Mr. Winterbank.
It's been a pleasure as always, Mr. Sholmes.
Oh, Mr. Naruhodo! Now we can explore at last.
Can you talk to him again? Or he just says the same things? What are we gonna look at? That's not a calendar you could easily miss, is it? 15th
15th of April, today's date.
Yes, and that's not for sale, I must point out. It's an Eastern-style page-a-day calendar. Every night at midnight, I tear off the front page to reveal the following day's date.
The perfect calendar for a tearaway fellow such as yourself, Mr. Wingbank.
And who
was it who walked out of here with the wrong violin before?
Well, when the agreed storage time is passed without repayment, articles are forfeited, you see. So I have to keep a close eye on the date. It's something of a pawnbroker's obsession, you might say.
Oh yes, I can see you're very dedicated to your job.
What else are we gonna look at?
It's whatever could it be used for?
I have no idea.
Ah. There's a small catch here. Just look.
We're going to open it, aren't we?
Oh my, that's amazing. It has some sort of spring-loaded mechanism.
Which will never manage to put it back the same way it was before.
What are you two doing?
What? Us? Nothing! No, nothing at all! Whatever.
This device seems to have a pair of little windows to look up through. I feel as though I've seen something rather similar to this elsewhere.
Now, what do you suppose this rather enormous machine does?
It seems to have two little windows for looking through.
Allow me to enlighten you, my dear fellows. What you are looking at is a stereoscope.
Asterios? Fascinating.
It is aptly named, I assure you. Look through the eyepieces and see for yourself.
Oh, I should be delighted to. Excuse me a moment while I just take a look.
Just before you do, there is something I should point out. My dear fellows, in order to see the image properly, stereoscopically, as it were, you will need to be cross-eyed. However, that's beyond you. It's of little consequence today.
I'm gonna try it. Mr. Naruto, you must see at once.
Oh, alright then. So I need to be cross-eyed, like I'm trying to look at my own nose. Oh, I get it, oh. What the? I don't believe it. It's just a photographic print, but it seems like you'd reach out and touch it.
Yes, the sense of depth is startling, is it not? Stereoscopes are one of London's many fads.
Ah, cool, we're predicting the future. Are we?
They're often found in little stalls in the park. People queue for hours to see them.
People meddling with such black magic.
Oh, this is black magic now.
I mean, if you were back in that age, you'd probably think the same thing.
That's true, but still found it pretty funny.
It is no magic, my dear madame. It is, well, far too complicated to explain it at present. We shall save this lesson for another day.
Oh. What else can we look at? Oh, that looks familiar.
Assortment of things there on the shelves here. Great for wear cloaks and watches. Almost anything you care to imagine.
Those are forfeited items, offered for sale by the pawnbroker.
What does that really mean, though?
When you pawn, or colloquially pawn, the broker loans you money against its worth. He stores the item for an agreed period of time, after which the loan must be repaid. If not, he is free to display it in his shop for sale, at a price of his choosing.
Oh yes, now that you've explained it, I'm noticing little price tags everywhere.
Of course, simply by paying the agreed interest on the loan, one can extend the period of safekeeping. So you may pawn that black garb of yours without fear, my dear fellow.
My treasured university uniform? Never! It embodies my student spirit! Also, I'm just noticing, there's a statue that looks like the Thinker there. I just
Oh,
noticed
it
that.
does. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I just saw that, and I'm like,
Maybe?
I was looking at that, I'm like, huh, is that a indirect reference?
I wouldn't be surprised if it was, honestly.
Okay, well, so let's go look at here. There seems to be a little door behind that curtain there.
That leads to the storage room, where Mr. Winterbank keeps articles that currently pawn.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
There's nothing of particular interest outside. I certainly wouldn't recommend any larcenous activity.
Recommend it or not, it's something I tend to do.
And there is but one key, and Mr. Winterbank keeps it in his pocket at all times. Before he sleeps, he places it into a small pot, which he hides under his pillow.
How on earth did you know about that, Mr. Shlomes?
I'm a detective, sir. It's my business to know what others do not. I am frequently assailed by information that I neither care for nor wish to retain.
Mr. Shultz, you are a wonder.
And the prime suspect.
And the prime suspect if this pawnbroker is ever burgled.
A big shiny box beat.
That, my dear madame, is a music box. Surely you have such things in your own country.
Oh my, yes. But I've certainly never seen one so large before.
Shall we listen a while?
Oh, that's interesting. That's a nice sound, actually.
I'm sound. It's like the music of angels.
I've never heard anything like it before in my life.
This particular specimen is of the larger variety, commonly found in public houses and restaurants. There's a metal disc inside on which the notes be played or recorded. Simply by replacing the disc with another, any music you care to imagine can be played.
My goodness, what a simply delightful machine.
Indeed, though their popularity has waned recently with the development of the gramophone, of course.
Science and technology advance at such an overwhelming pace.
What? Only a tuppence fight? Hey, fair, you know it. The article's barely worth a penny, miss. I cannot offer it more.
I feel like I know who this is.
Sounds like there's an argument brewing over the counter.
Come on, that can't be right. Have you had a proper purchase at it?
I've seen all I need to see, young girl.
Gina!
Hey!
Wait, don't we know?
I'm sure I recognize her.
Oh, yes, it's the young lady from Mr. McDonald's trial 2 months ago. God, her theme is so good. I love it so much.
Gina's such a great character, honestly.
She is. And it's you lot. Hello, Mrs. Strahd. I hope you've been well. Eh? What? You remember me then, do ya?
Well, I remember being completely surrounded by smoke. That's for sure.
So, what are you doing in here? Down and out like the rest of us? Nothing to eat? Come to pop that black weasel's sorry coat, have ya?
What is it about this black uniform that makes everyone comment about it?
Ah, good day. Unless I'm not mistaken. You will be the young pickpocket who stole our experimental smoke grenade launcher.
Mr. Shrooms!
So, you have something about Pong, do you? Allow me to see the article, and I shall negotiate with Winterbank on your behalf.
Hold the other one. I don't need help from some stuck-up D. Get out of my business. Go on, or I'll make trouble for you.
As you wish, Mr. Strahd. I will happily remove myself from your presence.
Just fades out, pieces out, fades out.
He's really done it! He's gone!
He
He faded out of
existence. What?
Shrooms is like, I ain't dealing with this shit.
Peace. I'm sorry, but as I said, there's really no room for negotiation here. What is that?
that thing he has in his head? Oops. Some kind of metal disc?
You, go on, leave it out. Oh, Mr. Strahd, just pretend we aren't here. You shan't be offended in the slightest.
Zaltazad can really stand her ground when she wants to.
Whatever.
Somehow, I didn't really think you were the sort of person to use the pawnbroker, Miss Lestrade.
Yeah, but I am alright. I'm a Londoner, just like everyone else. Not a problem, is it?
No, not at all. It's just that, well...
Oh, I get it. I know what you're thinking. That thing probably don't even belong to her. Probably got it on a dive, didn't she? Yeah, I can see it written all over your Chevy Chase.
Ah, that's a Chevy Chase reference. An indirect Chevy Chase reference. That's funny. Well, I might have been thinking something along those lines.
You're not gonna deny it, Mr. Naruhodo?
Alright then, I'm just gonna come on and ask you straight. Do you pawn things that you steal from other people?
I don't know how best to answer that, really. Suppose. Sometimes. You're not going to deny it either, Miss Lestrade? Not this time, alright, I swear. Nothing belongs to me.
The
This that Mr. Windenbag is holding? Perhaps we should see what he has to say about all this.
Oh hi, I forgot you were in the background.
Bang. What exactly is this metal disc that Miss Lestrade has brought in? It's got hundreds of tiny little bumps on its surface.
Ah, this is a musical disc, you see. For use inside a musical box. A music box?
What? You don't even know what a music box is? You Eastern lot ain't too savvy, eh?
I know what a music box is. I've just never seen one of these discs before. The small protrusions on the middle disc encode the tune of how to be played by the music box. You simply insert the disc and set the machine going, and then beautiful music plays.
So incredible. Tell us what tune is on this disc.
Well, I'm afraid I can't tell you that. There's so many different types of music boxes, you see. British made, German, Swiss. I have no way of telling which particular machine this disc was made for. Ah, I see. And that's it in a nutshell. I wouldn't have any other customers. I wouldn't have any customers for an item like this, even if the young lady forfeited it. Really, I'm offering more than I should at a penny.
That's a packet of lies. He told me he did it. He said it was... well...
He? Who?
Never you mind. Just ain't right, that's all. But this was good money. I know it is.
Well then, you'll have to try your luck at another pawnbrokers, won't you?
Ah!
She's been in here before, of course, this little Tada Delamillion. I see. And brought some dubious articles or other with her every single time, I might add.
Yes? What are you trying to say? I'm an honest customer, trust me.
So, is there something dubious about the disc she brought in today? Well, if it only were that simple. Sorry? What do you mean? What she actually brought in was a storage ticket.
A storage ticket. So, Mrs. Judd has actually come to redeem an article from you today, is that right? Yeah, that's right. A girl like me has a lot of stuff what needs storing.
Alright, yes, that's definitely dubious.
The article in question would have been forfeited at midnight today, but she gave me a ticket for it and repaid both the loan and the interest. I was obliged to return the article to her.
Oh, what was the article? Do tell us, Mr. Winterbank.
Little scamp is wearing it, ma'am. It's the overcoat that she'd redeem. Oh.
What? What's wrong with that? It fits, don't it? In mine, so of course it does. So what about the disc then? How does that come into all of this?
The disc is something else. A new article to pawn if the girl and I can agree at the price. I'm confused. I thought you said that Miss Lestrade brought in a storage ticket today. It's really quite simple. Yes, the child brought me a storage ticket and the money owed on it, as you say. For this heavy black coat which you returned to her is, as I understood it. That's right, yes. And rather unsurprisingly, since the little ragamuffin put the thing on, she went rifling through her pockets. Oh, you mean
know it's rude to stare at a lady. Ah, see. It came from the pocket of the overcoat, did it?
If you mean this disc, and yes, exactly, ma'am.
She immediately tried to pawn it.
For quite a high price as well.
This is all rather suspicious, I think.
Give it up. I'm just trying to pawn something like anyone else would. Mrs. Strahd, may I ask who deposited the overcoat here in the first place? Well, me.
It doesn't really appear to be your size.
Me old man! It's me old man's, ain't it? Is it, Mrs. Strahd?
Yes, this is definitely all rather suspicious.
Out of my way, please! Oh, Kyle, would you like to do this voice?
Ah, this dude.
Who's this picture postcard English gentleman?
What? Oh my god.
Good day to you, ladies and gentlemen.
What's your problem, eh?
There is no problem, as long as you remove yourself. I've a matter to discuss with the proprietor. And if you intend to make a problem of it, I shall see you outside, little girl, for the hiding you deserve.
Look, ain't it obvious? I ain't talking with him yet. If you think you're such a gent, you should know how to wait in line.
Well, you didn't with a brat, aren't you? As well as a pickpocket.
Eh? Who are you? How do you know who I am?
The question is, how do you not know who I am? You haven't the courtesy even to remember the faces of your victims, it seems.
You mean from you?
Broker.
Oh, yes, sir.
I believe this filthy pocket thief has just redeemed an article from you, no?
Yes, well,
The article in question belongs to me. I demand for it to be returned at once.
Hi. No, that's a lie. What are you trying to pull?
Give me back my overcoat, you wastrel, and needless to say, any music box discs too.
No, you can't have it. You just can't. It's my old man's. Oh, it was. Now it's mine. Goodness, Mr. Naruhodo. This is a very awkward situation.
yes. I think perhaps we should hear both sides of the story in a bit more detail. Alright, let's go speak to the gentleman here. Excuse me, but, who are you?
One would expect the inquirer to introduce himself first. Though clearly you are not British, so perhaps our ways are foreign to you.
Oh, sorry. Yes, we're from the Empire of Japan. We're studying here.
Oh yes, Japan. I've heard talk of the place.
What? What was
What the hell was that?
Hey, I mean,
The hell was-
you never had the urge? You never just been standing somewhere and had the urge to strut your stuff?
Excuse me, sir, but are you a K-pop star? Oh my god.
Inhabitants live on some fiery brown-colored soup dressed up with exotic spices.
You might be thinking of somewhere else.
And what was that theoretical gesticulation about?
Perhaps. Anyway, if you are a gentleman, sir, you offer your own name first, before inquiring after the name of another.
Of course, yes. I'm Ryunosuke Naruto. I'm a lawyer. Well, a student of law, really.
My name is Susato Mitoba. I can't speak today. Blech. I'm Mr. Naruto's assistant.
I see. My name is Benedict. Yes, Eggert Benedict.
His name
name
is
is
Eggs
that?
Benedict.
Eggs Benedict. Eggs Benedict!
His name is Eggs Benedict.
Capcom coming out there with those good names, those really great names. Once again.
He's so refined in how he holds himself and how he speaks, but that name is suspicious.
It wouldn't be a sturdy game without a crazy name pun.
Very much.
Now, to the matter at hand. My overcoat. Return it at once, to someone with the style to carry it off.
Every move he makes, every he takes, can't see him watching him.
Every
move you
make.
make.
Every move you
Every
you take, I can't stop watching him. Oh god. Okay, I wasn't glad I'm not the only one who got that right just from hearing that. Good.
As soon as I read it, I was like,
Every
I
breath
s-
you take,
I saw that. I was like,
every move you
you
make.
make. I'm like,
I'm
oh, okay, it's that's
watching you.
Shinryu. I was like, that's a nice little pun right there. Okay, well, clearly you have nothing else to say. I don't think you have anything else to say. Okay, I guess we're talking back to the lady.
Is what the gentleman is saying. What do you think? It's all lies, ain't it? Obviously. I swear on my life, I ain't never laid eyes on this dandy before.
Let's hear it now, little ragamuffin. You stole it, didn't you? The ticket you brought in here just now.
No, I swear it. I swear to God.
It was barely an hour ago. I was walking along the street, minding my own business, when this little gutterling ran into me. I knew at once what had happened. I've been robbed yet again, I thought to myself. Those wretched pickpockets.
Yet again?
Oh yes, as you can see, I am a man of impeccable style. This isn't the first time I've been targeted by these backslum scoundrels. Now then, relinquish my overcoat.
Come along now, Mr. Lestrade. Give the good gentleman his coat back. You're going to cause trouble. Yeah, that's where the accent come from. You're going to cause trouble. I shall have no choice but to call the police.
Hold on. Why does everyone think it's me? Just look at Standy Cub. And you think I'm the dodgy one?
I'm sorry, but no one's going to believe you.
Well, got evidence. Yeah. Where's your evidence that I've stolen something, eh? Come on, let's see it.
Oh, I have evidence, naturally.
You what?
We're just doing a mini court trial right now. Evidence that the article Miss Lestrade redeemed actually belongs to this gentleman.
Of course, we need only consult Mr. Winterbank's ledger to know the truth. We'd be able to look up the name of the person who deposited the article in the first place.
Yes, brilliant. I'm very sorry, but I'm afraid that won't be possible.
Oh?
I've never asked customers' names. That's a strict policy of mine. But why not? Well, now, as you can imagine, some of my customers have circumstances to consider. A great of many prefer them to maintain their anonymity.
Yes, I see. But then, how can you know if an article belongs to a person asking to redeem it?
Oh, it's quite simple. Good sir. Might I trouble you for a watchword associated with the article in question?
Of course, it's... Professor.
Yes, that's right. And all the evidence we need. This gentleman is the rightful owner of the article, without doubt. A watchword? Interesting. So, about these watchwords, Mr. Winterbank. As I just explained, I never ask customers' names when they deposit items with me. There are many reasons why. Certain customers would like to keep their activity secret! Ahem! I said keep their activity secret!
Quiet now, I'm enjoying the picture.
Oh, that man doesn't like listening, I swear.
That wasn't exactly a subtle glance at Mr. Schlobes now, was it?
No dark secrets. None at all.
Yes, well, anyway, that's how I always ask for a watchword whenever I accept a new article. In many ways, it's like the secret combination of words used to unlock a vault. The dates of the deposit, the description, and the watchword are uniquely identify each item. And of course, I give the storage ticket to the customer. When someone comes to redeem something, I ask for the tickets and the watchword. And if that someone tells you the correct watchword, you return the article. That's right, sir. Yes. Just as soon as the requisite fee is paid.
And I have supplied you with the information you require already. But for the avoidance of doubt, the article in question is an overcoat deposited 2 months ago on 15th February. With a watchword of Professor.
All the perfectly correct information, sir.
But how?
Really, this is beyond a joke now. There is no further room for doubt.
So, let that be an end to that matter. And thank you for the custom, Mr. Egerbert Benedict, sir.
He's... Oh my god.
This fucking dude,
God.
With such reasonable rates of interest, I may even decide to come back.
like, dramatic doesn't even this guy, dude.
Oh God, this guy is amazing.
This is why I ate grown-ups. Just because I'm a diver, everyone thinks I'm a liar.
And the contents of the coat pockets, if you please, Brooklyn.
But of course, sir, here's the disc for you.
Just this one?
Pardon, sir?
I was expecting another. That is, I deposited another.
Another disc?
Oh dear. I did get to inform you, sir, that was what this deposited me. It was merely the overcoat. The disc happened to be in one of the pockets, but I was completely unaware of it until now.
So, Gutterling, you're hiding more than what's rightfully mine, aren't you?
Lazule, I don't know nothing about it.
Very well. Then I shall bid you farewell. Say goodbye to style.
Wait a minute. The disc is mine.
What do you think you're doing, you little tramp? You draw blood, you filthy animal.
Yes, there's blood on the disc.
It's because
Because of all those sharp little bumps. The man must have scratched his finger on them.
I found it first, alright? I mean, it belonged to me, old man. So you're not having it. Oi! You take it.
me.
If I hang on to it, they'll have it off me again. So you keep hold of it.
Mr. Stripe, what?
Why is this so important to her?
You there, in the Black Library. Hand that disc to me at once, please.
No, doubt, he's lying. Grown-ups are all liars.
What do we do now? How am I going to resolve this?
You're Shlomes. He's still there in the back. Mr. Face here. Mr. Windbag is clearly at the loss here. We have to do something about this before he reaches for revolver of his. Mr. Shlomes! Mr. Shlomes? What are you examining with such keen interest there? As you enjoy a bar of caramel, I see. Oh, he's sad again.
So, you found me at last, Mr. Naruhodo.
Sorry?
After that young pickpocket sent me on my way, I was forced to learn the shadows. Cruelly ostracized, as the rest of you partook in the jovial atmosphere of fellowship. I had nothing to occupy my mind, but was too ashamed to let society see what my downfall led to. So, feigning mock interest, I pretended to examine the tedious trinkets in this desolate place. Whilst, as you shrewdly observed, now I know the only friend I have left, the 7% solution of caramel. Pray, do you claim to understand the depths of my despair, Mr. Naruhodo? But how could you? I was so lonely, so desperately lonely.
Then why on earth didn't you rejoin the conversation? Things got a bit from bad to worse here, you know.
Yes, I overheard much of your conversation. Or rather, in my craving for human contact, my ears devoured every word that was uttered.
You really were sad, weren't you?
Mr. Schultz, I feel simply awful for you.
It would seem that my inferences are correct.
Oh, surely you're not about to tell us that you've solved the entire case once again.
My dear madame, sometimes I wonder, were my genius for deduction to be commoditized, how much could I pawn it for?
Is he-
Special is another of his flashes of inspiration, but who knows if he'll help us resolve the situation between Miss Lestrade and the mysterious gentleman. What is the right thing to do here?
Sure, let's listen to the deduction. Why not?
Probably gonna get it. That's a deduction.
Well, I'm sorry,
Oh.
but that mysterious discovery will have to wait for another day.
Shit, it's already 11. Holy shit.
Yeah,
John,
it's
I
already
missed you.
it's already
What is
11.
that
Sorry.
time, bro? Oh lord.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that'd be at the end of our little play. We're a bit pressed on time, so unfortunately, that's how it's gonna be. So, yeah. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
We'll be back on Thursday,
dude.
and tune in tomorrow for my friend Babblerab, as I will be playing more Pokemon Nuzlocke with him. So I'll see you tomorrow, and then on Thursday again on my own stream. So, good night.